Hey guys, welcome back. I know it's been a long time. If you didn't see my last video, I'm trying to get back into this, so it took a little bit of a break, but we got Seth out here. He's gonna help for a few holes and just kind of show us the way. If you haven't seen the first video, make sure you go over and check that out. But we're basically out here at Seth's property creating a disc golf course, and he's been doing majority of the work. I've been trying to help out here and there. So we actually got tee pads that are getting started today, so you might see a little bit of that. But we're on hole 4 today. We're just going to show you kind of, we're going to try and get hole 4 through 8 and let Seth talk a little bit about some of these holes. But basically, you're going to start here, and tee pad will be somewhere generally in here. We got what I would say is a forehand, but there is a backhand option. Seth, I think, has gotten the backhand better than me. But you can basically, that V tree right in the middle, you can take right or left side, and basket's up on the left. We'll show you here in a bit, but it's probably a forehand driver or like a fairway or a mid backhand turnover. I don't know which you prefer.
I mean, honestly, like the best shots I've had on it have actually been like a maiden, like a straight putter. Crazy enough, it's not super far in the backhand because you're not really trying to make the corner. You're really just trying to push dead straight as far as you can. With that maiden putter, and it basically lands you right about circle's edge. If you want to get more aggressive, you can go flippy like a Mako 3 in my case and try and get a little bit right at the end. But the best shots I've seen that are backhand are just dead straight about 270 feet and pops you right down. Aggressive forehand is aggressive. It gets you under the basket, but you also risk coming in early and being cut off for your birdie look. So, you know, kind of an unfortunate thing there, but I kind of go both ways. I'm not really sure which one I like, but most of these are about decisions, so I like decisions off the tee.
This is what, about maybe 320?
Yeah, I'd say in total, yeah.
320 feet or so. You might be able to see the white flag possibly right up in there, but we'll go ahead and maybe throw a few on this hole and show you what it plays like. And then the next one, I think, is one of Seth's first ones that he kind of knew.
Oh, yeah.
Fun little ace run, but yet challenging. So yeah, so miss these first V tree. There's that dark tree on the left. That's where I'm aiming at with a forehand and trying to get up there. This is first shot of the day, so who knows where it's going.
In the bucket. Nope, that's that early we were talking about.
Oh, that limb. Yep, that's not great.
No. All right, let's see if we can.
I'll show you the backhand.
I was going to call him out on the whole first shot of the day excuse, but first shot of the day for me too. Oh, so much rounding early. All right, we're so good at this game.
Yeah, the hole is much better than we're playing, I promise.
Keep it low. That's so good. That's so good. Just keep going. Oh, yeah. Perfect. That's like 25. That's a good shot. All right, I got to go one where he got a good shot in. It was this beautiful horse shit.
I just couldn't take that out of the bag. Oh, it is. Just short, but that's so good.
That's kind of where my backhand lands, and you'll see that that's like
that's so good.
Circle.
So here's that first tree right in the middle you're trying to miss.
The decision tree.
It really is. Because both sides are a viable option. You just got to make up your mind or just throw at it and just hope to miss it. But
we're not good enough to actually hit the thing we aim for, so aiming at it is probably your best bet.
That is very true. Here's that warship. Landed here, circle's edge. My Firebird got up there. I like the forehand, the shot shape. I think it plays for both ways. Just for me, I think it plays better, I think, for the forehand. And then we're leaving right now. We're leaving this early right side a little bit thicker. And we might take it down. I think what I would like to see is all these big trees and maybe some of this stuff stay. But at least if you're in there, you have a putt. Right now, if you're kind of behind it, you don't really have anything. So it is a big punishment to be early. But maybe that's just part of the hole. So we're really trying to figure it out. Really like this basket placement. You got a couple of these little thin trees here in the way. All right, we got hole 5. Straight, not so simple, as Seth would say. But yeah, it is very simple. It's just a straight putter. It's what, 160 maybe, little downhill. This one is if you pure the shot, and you don't hit anything at the end, you can actually, like, I've seen people go 30, 50 long.
Oh, I routinely go to edge of circle too long. Yeah.
Because it's just like, you're trying to throw a 150-foot downhill putter shot straight. And there's not really any wide, like hyzer, like little tiny gaps you could take. So you just got to punch it straight. And I really want to get an ace on this. So we'll see. We'll throw a few at it and see. Seth's going to go Watt and try and show
like
us.
This hole because there's a little bit of a vine feature at the very end that makes it kind of frame up and look cool.
It is really cool.
But
and the basket right now is like pretty much under those vines.
Yeah.
What's really cool and I think would be awesome to see is there's a root right in front of it, and you could, in theory, throw a roller ace, and I think would be pretty sweet to see.
I feel like we'll see some pretty cool aces on this one over time.
There you go.
Almost made it.
Straight, yet not simple.
Hardest shot in disc golf. No, I agree.
Easier.
Listen to the man go. Let's go. On the camera.
That's so short. I mean, that's a perfect shot, but it's still short. Yeah. So short. I do this every time. Every time I play this hole, it's a zone right at it. All right. Nope. Hey, that was a great shot. Oh, skip up it. Oh. All right, on to hole 6. This early on, and I think it still has a lot of potential to be one of my favorite holes. I think it's such a cool tee shot. This is one, as soon as we started like cutting these, like Seth and I both were like, this is a beautiful and a fun tee shot. So you're going quite a bit downhill. You can see there's a little bit of a creek, and then there's that little log path. And if you can land right in front of that log path and across the creek is, I guess, what we would say like maybe the par zone. That's like a really good spot to be. You're going to have a tough upshot to get a birdie. But if you can get all the way up to the top, kind of where that grass patch is like the perfect landing zone. There is a world where you just, I mean, it's maybe a 2% chance it happens, but if you just mash a driver and a perfect flex shot, you could maybe get around the corner distance-wise, but like, good luck.
There's a world where a pro who has perfect distance control can absolutely challenge the ceiling and get right underneath, hit the very, very end of the fairway and scoot forward for let's call it like a 50, 60 footer for eagle. It's there. It's like it's possible, but I mean, it's not anything I'm ever gonna hit.
Yeah, good luck.
Your best shot is to kind of get yourself a nice little easy dinker up shot for a tap in birdie is your best case scenario for most of us.
The thing I like about it is it's very challenging. I forgot to mention there is OB fence line on this left side, like all the way down. So if you have a backhand that fades out at all, you're toast. You're taking OB, and it's kind of almost a double penalty where you can't really you can't advance more than maybe 200 feet. So you go OB, then you pretty much have to throw out a pitch shot, and you're taking bogey. Bogey and double bogey happens so often on this hole. But what I like is you can throw a putter or a mid, and you can get into a good spot at the bottom. You can go fairway or driver. So you can play any and all that you want, depending on how aggressive you want to be. So I think that's like Seth's mentality on a lot of these holes in this whole course is like, you can play putter to driver on most of these holes, depending on how aggressive and how much you want to be rewarded. So we'll see. Throw a couple mids, maybe throw a fairway, maybe throw a putter shot. We'll go putter first. Try a Watt. It's going to be a little pinched off right. I thought that was going to be really good. Oh, get it right across it.
Oh!
Right into it.
Right into the creek.
Right into it.
Better fast, too. Oh, I love that shot for you, dude.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean,
I'm not a caddy, but I called that.
I love that. You did. Yeah, go trail. This was a little flippier.
Oh, yes. Turn, baby. Turn. Keep going. Ah, just not enough. That's still a great shot.
That's still really good, but that's the best fairway or driver shot I've had. All right, so I'm going to play my MD1, and show you where, like, this is a safe shot. This is probably what I'll play and do most times. And then my trail's all the way up there on the path, maybe like a zone approach. But from here, it's like a flex forehand. Might be able to see the flag straight through there. In a perfect world, you're landing here, and you just have like a forehand kind of hyzer in. But we're gonna have to manipulate this angle a little bit. Not enough. All right, so if you can manage to get up here, I mean, I'm barely pinched off, but this is a great tee shot where it's just a straddle out forehand.
Perfect. Oh, you gotta be kidding. I niced him. Unbelievable.
I thought that was so far past that. Neither of those got up there. All right, so great tee shot with a subpar approach. Leaves me with a circle's edge putt for birdie. Come on.
But he's good at the game, so it don't make no difference.
Just on the first try.
You know what? First guy's all that matters.
They always say first guy's better, right?
He's better.
I always say that. All right, this is, what, hole 7? 7, first par 5. Super cool hole. I think once this one's completely done, this might be my favorite.
Oh yeah.
One, because it's par 5. I really enjoy par 4s and 5s, but it's very gettable, but it's also very daunting. So we tried to make this fairway as wide open as possible off the rip. We had a couple changes made. So basically there's like you can't really see it, but if you just throw left on a big spike hyzer, there's like a wide left fairway. If you want to just go short and just kind of play for par, I don't think that's really probably going to be many people's choice anymore. And then we had this right side where you had to throw kind of a flex shot to hit the fairway. And we didn't love either of them. And then Seth cut this middle down, and now I think it makes this hole really, really good. So really you're just trying to throw straight through the field goal post, in my opinion. Is maybe a little bit to the right, and then there's 2 fairways that go all the way to the basket. There's a left, it's kind of wide left and is pretty challenging, pretty wooded. Really the right side fairway is like your best bet. So
I've probably played through this hole maybe 40 times. I've given myself 200-ish foot looks for eagle. So somebody who's a little bit better, a little bit farther throwing than me will probably give themselves better opportunities, but I mean, it's out there if you can risk it.
I'm gonna go trail. Don't need to go this much distance, and Seth's convinced me it's a mid, and it really is. I think if you're trying to get down to that right side, the best luck I've had, and I don't know why, is just pumping something straight to on hyzer right up that middle, and just kind of playing with whatever you're dealt. But we'll see. Like
that's going to be in the middle of the 2 fairways.
That's like exactly what I've done the last couple times, and it's,
yep.
Who knows?
I'm going to go Roadrunner again, the stable Roadrunner. That is way right. It'll hyzer out into a bit of a pinched off area, so not a great shot.
All right, now we're going to try this mid-range. Seth's convinced me it's
a mid.
2 straight.
2 straight. What was that? Was that your warship?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with this FD1.
That's so good.
It's gonna be a little bit left, but that's the right line.
Athena.
That's gonna get a good result. Oh!
All right. This is the fairway you're trying to play for. Is really just a slow hyzer off the tee. If you can land here, you got a perfect, just beautiful like tunnel shot.
Now you can punch something kind of almost, well, for me at least, for somebody with a bigger arm, it's probably not as ideal. Because me, I'm gonna punch it right at the back wall. I'll let it fade because I'm probably not going into those trees anyways.
Yeah, you love this.
But a bigger arm would probably rather be over here so they can go further up the fairway. But this is a great spot for me.
You going like fairway or driver?
From here, I'm probably throwing the same shot.
Yeah. Oh, he's got this hole dialed. Oh!
One tree in the fairway.
That's tough.
Found it!
That was beautiful.
Ezra is convinced that from here it's a forehand because just past the wood pile, there's a little outcrove to the right, and he's kind of like forehand into it, and then you go straight across to the basket instead of trying to attack and then leaving yourself cut off in the middle.
Yeah.
Ezra's pretty good strategy. So like from a strategy play, I totally see his take. I haven't ever gone for it yet though, so
I feel like
probably
it lines up so good for a backhand, but
it's just so far.
I kind of see it.
It's just so far.
It's a little patent pending turnover shot that we all know.
Oh yeah, you're the best
AMs
at
are
these.
so good at.
Only
I'm
person
so
better than
good
you
at
is
when I'm
me.
not looking.
Look at that turn.
Wow.
That late turn on that
That was
MD1 is
fun.
insane.
That works. Made this hole look easy.
You know, that's the thing about this hole. Honestly, it's not a hard hole, but it's because it's just open enough, it makes you feel like you can get there, and you can. But you're just that much off in the woods and you doink left or right. Your easy or straightforward bird turns into a tough bogey save so fast.
It does.
It's just insane. But that's why you love good woods golf. It's about hitting lines. The safe play isn't always the bad play.
Right? And this is going to end up putting me right in the fairway. And then from here, you can see the basket
Like right
right
here.
out in there. So this is that left side, and it just gets tighter and tighter and tighter the closer you go to the basket. That right side is much more open, and you have a lot more shot shaping, I guess.
I mean, I love it for you. That white disc is going to do some serious work, and if you ever want to get rid of it, let me know.
Yeah. All right, so I'm left with this for what, my par putt. So, I mean, even
This is your birdie. No, yeah, this is your birdie.
oh yeah, I took a second shot, so should be par putt.
Yeah, not a real round, you know.
So anyway, birdie is still in play if you don't have a great. If you have one just okay shot, you can still birdie. But if you have two great shots, you have an easy birdie.
He says that, but I've turned one great shot into a bogey many times.
Oh, just can't putt. Hole 8.
Yeah, hole 8. So this is kind of our hole that's going to be getting us out of the woods into a couple open-ish shots. The idea here is that you're aiming out of the woods towards the pond. So straight in front of us is pond water over this little hill. In theory, unless you push it just dead straight the whole time, you're probably not going to land in the water, but it's just enough there to scare you that if you overturn something or don't get anything that hooks up, that it's in there. I've got a couple discs in there, let's just say. The actual basket itself is on the side of this hill. It's about 250-ish feet to the side of the hill. So you're throwing more or less a forehand high that dives in. However, the hill is probably about 50 or 60 feet. So if you throw something too high, that hyzer's too much, it ends up at the bottom of the hill with a circle 2 look going up. But if you don't throw something that's going to push far enough or get right soon enough, you end up potentially in the water or on the side of the hill left, which then you're looking at a death putt going down the hill. So not super far, not a crazy shot, but the hill itself and the basket placement kind of makes it a little bit of something to think about.
And being a blind. You can't
Blind as
see
always,
it.
yeah.
So you kind of know where it's at, but you don't know what the wind's doing up there.
That is the
So
exact.
I'm just going to go Halo Firebird high. You just kind of hope it spikes. And like you said, if you miss the hill, you roll down to 60 feet. That's
Oh,
at the
he
bottom.
compensated for the headwind too much. That's at the bottom of the hill, right?
All right, so this is obviously not where you want to be, but
It's actually not the worst.
it's really not bad. And like my Firebird landed right there, pin high.
Yeah.
Circle's edge, maybe.
If you were going to give me this 40-footer uphill versus a 25-footer from the top side down, I think I might choose this shot. Oh, marksman got him.
Yep. That's hole 8. I think we'll finish on one more. Ooh, what do you say? 3 370, 360.
Probably 370, yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there.
But to the basket, I'd say it's maybe 290,
Water
300 to carry.
Yeah.
So you, in theory, you should be able to get over. Maybe it's only 280. I'm not really sure. But if you just pump something across and you can play safe all the way to that left side, we've talked about adding potentially like a big island, maybe adding some OB. I think that tall grass is going to play OB. So it's pretty tough because the backhand, you got to flex something. But those trees on the right really protect getting parked with the backhand. I think a couple people have just gone big hyzer around everything, or tried to at least. I think my play is just a flex forehand because those trees on the left are further back. So if you just hyzer right in front of them, you got a circle's edge putt. But
I will say the trick with the forehand is definitely my play to get there. I think it's safer to make it to the basket. The problem is if you throw it nose up, and I've done that several times, and you end up hyzering out, the water kind of extends not just horizontally, but it also goes kind of vertical, so it kind of goes out. You're hyzering your forehand literally into the water. I've lost a lot of discs and gone OB on the right side that would have cleared on the left side because of the nose up forehand throw. I will say that if you have like that easy 400, 450, 500 foot power type guy, it's really, honestly, I've seen guys go with like a stable mid or like a stable fairway driver, just dead straight at it. And they just take on the little bit of stealing that there is. They kind of just throw flat right at it and it kind of scoots up that way. But that's obviously only if you have that kind of power. Otherwise, like Rylan said, I'm throwing a little more of a forehand or a flexing backhand shot.
overturned it. But that'll be all right. So, all right, we'll try one more forehand. A little bit flippier.
I kind of love that.
It's got a skip though.
Yeah.
That's all
See,
right.
I think that's great. See, I think that's going to be short, probably like 40 feet, but it's probably going to be on what I would have as my quote unquote island.
Yeah. I would hope so.
Well, yeah.
Slipped a little bit. T-pad needs some work.
T-pad is garbage.
But even with a bad nose up backhand, I mean, you're still up there 50, 60 feet. Some low hanging branches. You got to try and stab one in. Let's see if we can. Not quite. If you can throw a really good shot and get something to skip up here into circle one. I like, best case, I've been 20 to 40 feet. And like, I feel like that's a really rewarding shot. So all in all, that's the front 9. And again, if you guys haven't seen the first 3, make sure to go back and check those out. It's on my channel. But we're loving this process. I know Seth's having a blast, loves doing this. Gonna hopefully get out here more in the fall and help him out a little more, and hopefully we can have this done. You thinking maybe by next fall, hopefully it'll be all in?
I think that I'll be, I mean, you're never done with the course, right? I mean, you're always working on it. But yeah, I'd say about end of next summer, my goal would be to have all T-pads in, all of the actual baskets dropped into their pin locations, with, you know, T-signs, T-pads, everything ready for play would be my goal, yeah.
It'd be awesome.
Yep.
Get a little tournament or something out here.
That'd be great. Absolutely. It's
Get
beautiful
started,
in the fall.
So, oh yeah, beautiful. So, all right, we'll see you guys.